The incident cost calculator is used to calculate the full cost of health and safety incidents occurring at your organization. Incidents are any injury or illness occurring at your workplace. This includes workers' compensation claims, disability claims, and first aid injuries. You can also use the incident cost calculator to track general sickness absences, sick days, as well as near misses. All incidents that you enter into the calculator are stored in a database so you can retrieve them at a later date. The incidents database is also linked to the Do Your Own Analysis section of the software. Incidents data are a critical component of an analysis. There are several options within the incident cost calculator. You can enter a new incident, review a past incident already entered into the database, or review an example incident. There are 8 steps in the incident cost calculator. You can access each step by clicking on the tabs above or using the Continue and Go Back buttons on the bottom of the screen. As you move from step to step, the software calculates and saves the information. You can also save information by clicking on the Save Current icon at the bottom of the screen of each step. This will save data under the current incident number. All of your data are stored in the same directory as where your software is stored, in a file called hnsmartplanner.dat. The Save as New icon, also at the bottom of each screen, allows you to save an example incident or an incident previously entered by you, a past incident, as a new incident. This can save you a lot of time if you have many similar incidents. To retrieve an incident, go to Review an Example Incident or Review a Past Incident on the Start page. Then save the incident using the Save as New icon. In this case, you would not want to save as current because it would overwrite the existing data. Note that you will have to adjust costs and related items to match the actual incident. In Step 1, Incident Description, you enter details like the nature, cause, and type of incident. Don't forget that the incident cost calculator can be used to calculate the cost of near misses or even general sickness absences. The question marks beside each data entry cell are pop-up bubbles that provide details on the type of information to enter into the cell. If a step does not explicitly identify all the relevant costs for a particular incident, you can enter information in the other cell, usually found as the last item of every step. If you do not have all of the information required for each step, you can leave a cell blank and return to it later. Although this will save you time in the beginning, leaving out important information will jeopardize the accuracy of the results. If a cell is not relevant for a particular incident, you can leave it blank. Numeric cells with no information entered into them are assumed to be 0. Be sure not to double count costs. Double counting occurs when the same item is accounted for more than once in a total cost calculation. This can easily happen if you enter the same information in different places. For instance, in Step 2, Immediate Costs, you can enter the value of co-workers' unproductive time on the day of the incident under Other Non-Productive Time due to the incident. But remember that the time entered here should not be entered in any other cells. For example, in Step 4 under Other Non-Productive Work Time due to cleanup and repair work. An important rule of thumb for costing incidents is to remember to consider only the extra costs incurred. For example, in Step 5, for overtime hours worked by the team, if you pay time and a half for overtime to a worker to complete the regular tasks of the injured worker, only the half-time pay should be entered. Step 6 is an important step used to calculate disability costs. This includes the cost of a worker's time while they are absent from work, lost productivity costs when a worker is on modified work, time spent managing the disability as well as the return to work process. For a workers' compensation claim, you enter the cost of the claim as written on your claim statement. Since these costs are not paid directly by a workplace, the amount you enter from your claim statement will not be included in the total cost on the summary page. Rather, the amount is used in the Do Your Own Analysis section of the software to estimate the impact of claims costs on your workers' compensation insurance costs. One of the costs calculated in Step 6 of the Incident Cost Calculator is the wage replacement costs paid directly by your workplace while the worker is absent from work. This would be 0 if the wage replacement is paid by workers' compensation. It might also be 0 if the wage replacement is covered by a private insurance program. However, your workplace may pay for all or a portion of the absent worker's wages. Step 6 also calculates the cost of the worker's time and modified work. If you pay the worker their full wage but value the worker's time at less than 100% of their regular activities, the difference is calculated as a cost to your organization. In Step 7, 3 key pieces of organizational information are required: profit margin, sales or revenue per day, and number of hours worked by a full-time equivalent worker. You only need to enter this information once, and the values will remain in the database as a default until you change them. This information is used to calculate summary measures provided in Step 8. Step 8 provides a summary of all the costs of an incident. It also shows the time it would take for your organization to recover the cost of the incident. This is shown as a range in the case of variation in your profit margin. Once you have completed entering the data for an incident, you may want to print a detailed report of the incident to share with your colleagues. The Print Detailed Report icon is at the bottom of every step. If you have entered multiple incidents into the incident database, you can create a multiple incident summary. This feature allows you to see details of all of the incidents in the database or details of a selection of incidents. Create a summary of specific types of incidents by choosing the details of the incidents in each category. A multiple incident summary is valuable information for determining where you should focus your health and safety resources.